Merry Christmas, everyone. Today is Christmas and I've got a big long walk today. So I have a 35-kilometre trek today to get back to the accommodation I was in last night. And I'm starting the day at Thanos, which is an ancient city, and there's quite a lot of ruins here, but they're very impressive. So I've already been walking around a bit and doing a bit of exploring, and it's amazing. And you have to pay to get in here. The walk goes right through here, but it's about 25 lira to come here. And you have a beautiful view of the surrounding city, although the surrounding city is mainly just greenhouses. And as we talked before, no accommodation at all. It's amazing. So here's one of the Roman amphitheaters. There's a lot of Roman ruins, even when you're not in this city, right? They're just sort of scattered all over the place. And it's amazing to have this sort of infrastructure remaining from a civilization that hasn't been in existence for 1,000 years. So here's the theatre. As you can see, pretty amazing. And there's the city with no accommodation over there. So it's all just greenhouses. There's a lot of fresh water. That's why there's so many greenhouses there. And I was told that most years all these mountains are covered in snow. So this is just unusual warm for this time of the year. Although they say the snow's coming, it should be here tomorrow. So that doesn't bode well for me because I don't like the cold very much. Amazing. Supposedly we'll be seeing a lot of Roman ruins today. This area was very well settled by the Romans. Anyway, it's 9:30 already on Christmas Day. It's a bit hard to see. We came from those mountains way over there and we walked through this middle bit here, which is all just greenhouses. And let me tell you something about these greenhouses. There's usually like little tiny houses at the end of the greenhouses where somebody's living with chickens and rabid dogs. And I mean, they're really, really aggressive dogs. I mean, I don't think they're going to bite you, but one was so aggressive yesterday that I stopped, backtracked and found a little sort of rickety bridge over an irrigation culvert and went on the other side of the irrigation culvert because the dog scared me so much. It really did look like it was going to take a chunk out of me. And the other thing as well is there's usually people nearby that obviously own the dogs, but they don't stop the dogs going absolutely batshit crazy on your ass. So I don't know. I mean, it's kind of, you can see the people aren't well off, so maybe they just have the dogs to stop petty theft, but there's a lot of them. It's like they hand over to each other. So when one dog gets to the end of his territory, another one takes over. So it's quite not fun to walk through. This is when I was searching for a hotel. But as you can see, there's a lot of them. And you can sort of see why the Romans settled here, because this would have been a very fertile plain to grow crops. Okay, I'm still above the town, which, I'll be above all day. And I've been following this Roman aqueduct for quite a while, but it's been hard to take a photo or a video of it because you're sort of standing in it. But you can see where it goes along here, and that gives you a sort of idea of the infrastructure. So they must have built that entire retaining wall of rocks plus that, bridge. And this will be 2,000 years old. Supposedly down further, it's still in use. So when I can find a bit that's still in use, I'll videotape it as well. But it's kind of amazing because this is very broken and, extremely difficult country to get across. And amazingly, they've cut those huge stones and built all this, and just shows you the sort of ingenuity and hard workingness that slaves can bring. Because there's no way that, free men of the Roman Empire built this. This is all done with slave labor. So it's very interesting. And I've been following it for about a couple of kilometers. I hear it goes for a long way. So like I said, when I see some that's in use, I'll put it in. But it's amazing. It's 2,000 years old. Still looks in not too bad a condition for 2,000 years without maintenance. And like I said, there should be some still in use. Come on a walk with me. Come on. We're still following the aqueduct. And, you know, you can see the Roman cement down there, you know. And you can see how thick it is. So they've got this whole wall here they've made. And then they've got a secondary wall here. And then they've got a third wall there. And then there's the actual ditch for the water. And you know, like, it's quite sheer in some places, well, in most places, because it follows the very edge of the cliff. So some of these go down quite a ways. They must have built the retaining wall to build the cliff. So, you know, like, you can imagine building that wall all the way up here. And if we go back, you can see where it is in the distance, you know, following the contour around. So they've had to cut into the cliff and also build a retaining wall in along the cliff. And I've also been past another place where they built a bridge. But as you can see, you know, like, they cut right through that boulder there in front of us. You know, remember, they've only got hand tools. It's not going to be a quick thing to do. So, and there's a good cutaway section of the cement, you see? So the liner. I wish Seth was here. Seth is my nephew. He's an archaeology student at North Queensland University, and I think he would love this. He just came back from a dig in Asia, in Thailand. But I think he would enjoy this even more, because this is just everywhere. There's just Roman ruins everywhere. And as you can see, Seth, they're quite substantial, and it's pretty bloody amazing, you know. So thanks for coming for the walk with me. I said I'd tell you this. I'm in the bush now. I'm not so much up in the mountain, and the path divides here. So I'm pretty sure I'm on this path over here. But if you look, here's that same, I've still been following the same aqueduct, and here it is in use. So, you know, Roman aqueduct, 2,000 years old or more, still in use. So it's amazing. It's just like when we were going through Spain and you saw those Roman bridges that were still in use and had been used for car traffic up until about 10 years ago. Come on, it's amazing. 2,000 years, and the concrete looks as good as it was laid yesterday. And the retaining wall, don't think this is like just cut into the earth. This is all the retaining wall. It's all built up on this side. And you can see the rocks there. You know, so this is, you know, infrastructure at a type we can't understand nowadays. You know, on a time frame we can't understand either. So it's just amazing. Another thing, you know, people have said I'm walking pretty slowly, but I don't think you quite understand exactly how broken the country is. I mean, this is really good. That's allowing me to film, but quite a lot of it is on a knife edge and, you know, quite hard to film and walk. Well, it's quite hard to walk even. So, you know, you just spend a lot of time, and I've lost the trail quite a few times. It's not so bad now that it's following the aqueduct. But a few times, like when I was talking to Jill, we both tried to find it. She on the video, it's impossible to find. Like, it looks like 100 tracks, not just one. So, you know, I'm actually quite happy with how fast I'm walking, even though some people think I'm doing pretty slowly. I'm not Craig Hooper, who can run, you know, 50 kilometers on broken tracks and do it in a very short period of time. I'm slow. We're the same age, but he's a lot fitter and a lot more agile than I am. It's a nice view. We're up quite high. We're still just tracking around that town with all the greenhouses. But admittedly, we're doing it at a height, following this aqueduct. This amazing aqueduct. I was just talking to some locals. Well, kind of talking to some locals. They had very limited English and I've got no Turkish. And they said they use the plastic here to divert the water. So at the moment, the water's going down to the fields here, and then later on they divert it to go the other way. So it goes to the fields in the next village. But this is still the original Roman aqueduct system. So I'll show you. So this is where they divert it. So later on they'll remove those rocks, they'll remove the plastic and put it across here. And then the water will go to the other village down there. So there's a little bit of water getting through still, but they've diverted it for now. And then they'll leave it like this for a day or so, and then they'll divert it the other way. And you can still see it's all stone and original Roman cement. So amazing. And quite a flow actually. I've been walking along that aqueduct for like 5-6 kilometers. Like, you know, it goes a long way, and some of the country it goes over is unbelievable that they could build a channel across. I mean, you saw it, but there's like 3 layers of masonry to hold back this little stream. And some of it goes up like 40 feet. You know, the wall goes up like 40 feet of sheer cliff face to maintain the channel. So, amazing. Just remember I said there'd be more video, but not of great quality. Okay, now we're walking in the stream to get up to the top. And by the way, they've diverted the stream. The channel should be next to us. And there's a drop off of about 20 meters down to the bottom of the canyon. And so this is all reclaimed, what I'm climbing on now. And just to divert this stream across, but the path goes right up the stream now. So it's very pleasant. My shoes are wet, and yeah, if you want a nice walk next to a creek, this is the one to do it. It's lovely, but you can't really tell, but there's the canyon where it would have originally gone. So this is reclaimed. You can see the wall when there's a break in the foliage, where it's very thick. And there's this horrible clingy vine here as well. See here? See how it's actually masonry holding back the stream? And it just drops off to where the original creek bed would have been. So it's amazing. Oh shit, it's slippery too. I don't have the best shoes for this. But it does sound lovely, the tinkling of the stream next to you. I wish you were here doing this walk with me. See here, see the wall from there to there? You know, it's very clear that this is engineered, not natural. And you can see it up there as well. It must have been an amazing day when they actually commissioned it. And see there, I'm not sure if you can see how sheer it is down to the original creek bed. So this is all a reclaimed land. Although you would never know it. I mean, unless somebody told you. You know, you see this, you just assume that this is nature at its work. But it's not. It's man at its work. So I'm at the end of the second stage, which ends at the mosque. And it's taken me about 15 kilometres since I started at 9:30, and it's 1:07 now. So the ground was really broken, like, let me tell you. I was putting in the bit next to the Roman aqueduct was kind of flat, like slightly uphill, but kind of flat, but very broken, very hard to move along. And then after that, it was just like straight up or straight down, and extremely broken country, extremely difficult to traverse. So, I don't know, it's like, let's see, 9:30 to 1:30. It's, say, 4 nearly 4 hours to go 15 kilometres, so it's not great. About 3 kilometres an hour, 3 and a bit kilometres an hour. So, but trust me, I was putting in. And I'm going to have a little bit of lunch here, and then I've got maybe another 20 kilometres to go. So hopefully it's not the same, or I'll be getting there around 9 o'clock tonight. You see this all the time here. They're collecting olives, and the olive trees are all in. And if you can get a car nearby, you see these people, there's a guy with a beater. So he beats the tree. That's the guy with the stick in the red top, and then the women pick up the olives that fall. You know, so he'll start whacking the tree, and then the ladies will pick up the olives. Assalamu alaikum. Hello.
Yes. Likya.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, so anyway, it's like out of the Middle Ages. Masalama. Okay, I'm walking in another Roman aqueduct. The ground's kind of broken, but you can see the aqueduct there. And as you can see, the shadows are lengthening. I've got about 12 kilometres to go today. And, you know, this really is it's been really broken ground. I've been walking pretty solidly, had stopped for hardly any breaks. And I think I might have chosen a too long a day to do. It's about 35 kilometres we're going to be doing today. And I don't know if I'm going to get there while it's still light. I have to make my mind up when we get to a road crossing. But at the moment, we're pretty far away from a road crossing. I'm hoping I can just keep going. I've still got a couple of hours of light to go. And I know what people are going to say. If you only got 12 kilometres to go, yeah, you should be able to walk. But let me tell you, this part of the path's actually pretty good. Most of it's loose and quite broken. So it all depends on the path. So sometimes I slow right down. I think there was a point today where I did about 1 kilometre in 1 hour. And it was scary, you know. Anyway, we'll keep on keeping on. That's the view off to the side. You can't see where I've started. It's behind this hill. Behind this hill. But at the other end of the of all the what you call it? Of all the greenhouses. So I started at one end of the town, now I'm at the other. I'll try and put the map on the video. Okay, I've come to a bit of a dead end, as you can see. It falls right down, and I think I should be on the ground, but as you can see, there's a aqueduct that goes across here, and I've walked down the aqueduct. So I've come off the top of that hill and I've walked down the aqueduct, but obviously I'm not supposed to be here because there's no way forward. But it's a pretty cool aqueduct, and you can see the view to the left of me, and the aqueduct, the Roman aqueduct in front of me. So I'm about 20 foot, so I'm about to go back and backtrack and go back. It's 4 o'clock and you can see the sun's almost setting, so I'm going to have to move. I've backtracked. There's one of the pipes. Let's have a look at a pipe. Pretty cool. See, there's the pipe there. It's out of one block. It's all just chiseled out of one block. And there's a few more here. And you can see that they've, you know, chiseled it so there's a relief on the side so it slots into the next pipe. Okay, and it keyholes in. So that's bloody amazing. I don't know if that's coming through very well, but there's another one down there. Looks a bit better. And you can see how good the masonry is even after all this time. You know, they've obviously knocked this out on purpose. I'm not quite sure where I'm supposed to go now. It's kind of annoying. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to walk back up the top. That doesn't look like the path there. But there's an arrow that's sort of going that way. So I'll probably head down there. There's some more pipes down there as well. Oh. This is pretty awesome. This is still the aqueduct. There's these cut passages through it. But look, it's almost perfect. You know, like it just goes up about 40 feet, I suppose. There's some writing there, but I can't make it out, obviously. It'll be in Latin even if I could. But you know, it's pretty amazing. So the Romans really had it going on. I'm going to really have to get my tail. I've got 9.2 kilometers to go. And somebody's blocked off that one. So, but yeah, look, it's pretty amazing. I've got to go up this bit here. Okay, I just got over the aqueduct. Well, you know, it continues on into the bush. But we saw one of these in Elvis, but it was made in the 1700s. And this is like thousands of years old. So it's just super impressive. You know, they could do this just by pure manpower. I mean, you never run out of rock. There's fucking rock everywhere here. But it's still amazing. I got to get a wiggle on. I've got 9 kilometers to go until the light fades. And I don't want to be out here in the dark. So it's 5:30 now. And I've probably got a few more kilometers to go until I get back to my accommodation. It's been a big day. Thank God the path has turned into a bit of a dirt road so I can get some kilometers, because mainly the path has been just atrocious today. It was not the day to pick for the longest day so far. You know, most of the path has been single track, steep, broken, and right next to quite a large fall. So it's been amazing though, looking at the, yeah, for more than half of it, I've been going alongside Roman aqueducts. It's just like, it's awe-inspiring. And there's been some Roman ruins, but I haven't explored. I mean, at the beginning of the day I explored, but the ones I've gone past that have just been stuck in the bush, I just haven't had the time because I'm worried it's going to get dark. Because by 6:30 it's dark here. So I should be back by 6:30, but it's going to be a near run thing. Let me tell you, if the Kraken was here, she'd be like chewing my ears off right now. Like she'd be calling me every name under the sun for being stupid and over ambitious. You know, but I'm having a great time. Like, it's fun. It's fun. Yeah, I'm embracing the suck. Yeah, sometimes I feel like about as graceful as a bullfrog in gumboots trying to ice skate down a river. But, you know, like, I still plod on, I still get it done. And the bullfrog is still making its way. But you certainly have to embrace the suck today. It's been a full-on day. Started at 9:30, but then I wasted like 30 minutes exploring the ruins. And so I've done the 35 kilometers. I'm going to get in after 6, I think. And you know, you've seen the video, and you haven't seen the really hard stuff, because the hard stuff I didn't videotape. So anyway, I'll do. This is going to be the wrap up from today, because when I get back to the room, I'm assuming I'm going to collapse, and I'm sure I've got another couple of blisters. You know. Oh. So anyway, thanks for coming on the adventure with me. And I'll do one more short one as I get back. Okay, I lied. I think Zach, my daughter's boyfriend, calls this the golden hour, and this is just really beautiful. So I just thought I'd show it to you. So we came over that mountain over there, okay, and then we walked along through all this green stuff and then up the river. And I started today, we can't see where we started today, but way up there somewhere. And then we've walked around the ridge lines and over a hill or two to get here. But yeah, the mountain just looks so great where it enters the sea. It's just beautiful. Bit of pollution, but makes it look a lot better. It's just beautiful. Probably got about 1.5 kilometers to go. The sun's down. It's beautiful. We're back onto a single trail. So just to finish it off, single trail. We've had about 4 or 5 kilometers of like dirt road that's got less and less until it finally just went back into a single track. And I'm going to get there just as the light fades. It's fading now, but I reckon I'll get there in time because I don't want to be navigating this in the dark. So I couldn't have made it any longer and successfully completed it. Or I'd have to have started earlier, which I probably should have done anyway. This has not really left any contingency, as PJ would, or the Kraken would say. Anyway, and these are very pokey. The bushes, like they're like a sage bush or something. Very fucking pokey. Okay, bye. Well, I got back. It was full dark when I got back. So I got back at 6:30 and it was dark. But the last maybe 500 meters was on a secondary road, so it was fine getting back in the dark. But it's been a long day. A long day. I don't think I want to replicate that one. So it was good that I knew that I had accommodation when I got here, and I'm glad that it wasn't any longer. So I just wanted you to realize I got back safe. And I didn't twist an ankle, which is amazing. You know, PJC, I can do these things. Anyway, looking forward to tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be a shorter day. I'm just going to walk one section. So today was two days walk. So 2 full days walk I did today. And the last bit I did from 3 o'clock. So the last, from 3 o'clock to here was a day's walk. And, you know, I went quite recklessly and quite quickly. And I was very lucky that there was that section of about 4 kilometers that was, you know, dirt road. Because if that hadn't been there, I'd still be out there now and it's full on dark. And I would be using the torch on my phone, which would not be great. Don't follow me, I'm foolish.
The fat man did over 47,790 steps today. And here's the map of the route. I'm not sure which way he went in the south, but as you can see, he's staying where he stayed last night. Thanks for watching. Editing these videos is giving me a coronary. We're going to have an interesting conversation about his route planning, but stay tuned for tomorrow's adventure. He's embarking on the next section.